What is going on? So I'm just gonna start like making videos when I have like a subject matter in my head that I feel like maybe it's something I'm going through like today, but I feel like usually when you're going through something, a good outlet is to talk about it on here, because someone else may be going through the same experience, and your knowledge can kind of benefit them while simultaneously letting you air out your own truth. So I've seen a lot of people doing that on here. I've just been having videos with random subject matter about usually like spiritual sort of concepts, but they'll be also like to do with life challenges. They've got like 400 views. It'll be like someone who's just started up his channel and he's just talking about spiritual crap. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to join that trend. And I just wanted to talk about forgiving your parents. And I know that's corny as shit, but I'm dealing with that right now. You know, I've got a pretty not the best relationship with my parents. It's a bit rocky, but particularly, you know, I like to consider myself close to my mum, but her and I have had a rocky relationship as well. And I feel like the universe, a lot of people, that's a big challenge that it's given us, is to come here to try and forgive our parents. You know, I'm sure a lot of you watching this, your parents have made some mistakes. You know, some people I've met have got like really like the classic traditional family, you know, the happy-go-lucky mum and dad, and you know, they have dinner at the table and all that sort of stuff. And I've met people with completely untraditional families like myself. You know, I grew up with my single mother. You know, it wasn't a traditional family setting, to say the least. But it was actually great. I loved my childhood and everything with my mum. It was more towards my teen years where things got a bit bad, and you know, it's nothing for me to go into here. I'm sure we've all got our personal challenges with our parents, but I feel like the universe, you know, I've gone to a point where I've really forgiven both my mother and father for things that they've done, and it likes to challenge that forgiveness. You know what I mean? It wants to really challenge it. You know, just yesterday I had a horrible fight with my mother. A lot of these resentments and things came out, you know, after the facts, you know, when I was sitting there going, how could she be like this? Like, she doesn't remember what she did to me, all these sort of things. And guys, I think it's an ongoing battle. You know, you're gonna constantly, your parents are gonna constantly want you, like, are trying to make you hate them almost. And it's something that's it's annoying, but you guys need to remain sort of conscious and always remember that these people are just human beings. They're not gods. And no matter what they've done or how they've acted or treated you, you know, some people, again, I saw one guy on Instagram the other day that was like, if you don't respect your parents, you're a dickhead. And I was like, dude, what if your parents are like, one's a fucking prisoner and the other one's a meth head? Like, why would you respect? Like, it doesn't make much sense. I get like where he was coming from, you know, the sentiment and stuff. Like, it's more about, I get it, like, you know, respecting the people that brought you onto this planet for the least. And I can 100% understand that. That's how I respect my parents. If no matter what, even if they are the worst human beings ever, at least they gave you this vessel to roam this earth and do what you need to do. And some people may even be angry at that. You know, I was at before. I'm like, well, why did you bring me here then? If I'm such an issue to you, and you know, that's very self-victimy. This place is a blessing. It's very, very hard to remember that sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but this place truly is a blessing, and your parents have come, whatever challenges that they give you, they are there for a reason, and they're there for you to learn to overcome and forgive and become the better person. That's what I believe anyway. I think that, you know, it does feel like sometimes that, like, wow, like either the universe or my mother, they really want me just to fucking resent her and not forgive her. Because again, I'll get to a point where I'm totally like over everything and I've forgiven her. I'm in a real spiritual sort of like, oh yeah, all is well sort of place. And then, you know, she'll do something and she sends me down to that lower vibration, and then I start getting all these memories and things and past resentments, and like, you know, like, fuck, like, how dare you, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you've put me through, all these things. It's all a trap, guys. Don't fall into it. Forgive your parents no matter who they are, accept who they are, accept the people that they are. It does mean you have to interact with them even if you don't want to, but always forgive them. Holding any type of resentment or hate or anger, it ages you. It really does. It ages you. It eats at your soul. It's not healthy. As much as it feels like it doesn't make sense, like it's counterintuitive, but it really does. Think about it, like even someone that you genuinely hate, who aren't your parent or just a random person who you feel like you have every right to hate, and maybe they've done something really, really bad. They don't feel your energy or emotion. They don't feel that. Only you do. They're not fazed by it in the slightest. But you're sitting there and you're dealing with this disgusting vibration. It's going to eat you and tear you down and do nothing to them. So you really want to kind of work on that. I'm trying to all the time, honestly, trying to hold no hate, no resentment. And the parents is one of the hardest ones, because you feel probably when your parents have done something to you, or you feel like you've been wronged by them, it hurts more, because they're like your God. They were the ones that were there from the beginning. You probably put most trust in them, and that's why parents can cause a lot of issues, like abandonment issues or trauma issues or things like that. So guys, if you have anything like that, walk towards forgiveness. I know it sounds corny and stuff, but it definitely helps. And the good thing about it is it's completely in your control, and it's completely free. It's you don't need their permission to forgive them at all. It's completely in your control, and that's really where all spirituality power comes from, is from you. It's all in your control.